Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you the best graphical settings for Warzone 2.0. So I've seen a lot of people running into this, and I too have experienced some crashing, a blue screen, and just the game not running well and kicking me out. So today I'm going to be showing you my graphics settings and how I stop crashing while maintaining a good FPS. Alright, so first off, load into Warzone. We're going to go through each setting here. So we're going to go through graphics settings. We're going to start with display. I personally stream. I stream on Twitch. If you guys want to come join me, check out my channel. It's twitch.tv/MoogieTV. Link is in the bio. Well, I run full screen borderless just because I need a tab out. For the best FPS, you're going to want to run full screen exclusive. For my display monitor, I have it on default. This is my gaming monitor, 240 Hz Samsung G7. My display adapter, we're going to be using the NVIDIA RTX 3080 Ti. This stuff should be pretty standard or default. The only thing you're going to want to mess with is the display mode. Moving down, we're going to have dynamic resolution off. We're going to scroll down to aspect ratio automatic. VSync, I personally keep this off. A lot of people say that you do get a little input lag running VSync, so we do keep it off on both gameplay and menus. For my custom frame rate, I used to run custom, and right here have it on 250 or 300. Menu custom frame rate at 120. Out of focus frame rates 30. You could do that. I personally just found running unlimited didn't really have too much of a difference. If your rig isn't super high end, I would suggest running this on custom and setting custom frame rate limits. It's just going to help with your system overall. But I personally running the 5900X Ryzen series with a 3080 Ti. I don't really run into that issue, so we're going to just keep it at unlimited. Moving on, we have display gamma. Interestingly enough, by default on your monitor, you should be running 2.2 sRGB. I ran into a video where someone was talking about how he tried 2.4 BT 1886. This is more for, I guess, like TV monitors if you're playing like on a PS5 or a console. But personally, I've been trying this and the color isn't too bad. So just test it out. It's not gonna, give you any performance loss or gain any performance loss. It's just a different type of color mode for your display. It just messes with the gamma, as he said. Brightness right here, I leave this on 55. I used to run 55 on Warzone 1, so we just stuck with that. Constrained mouse to game window, I have that off. And high dynamic range HDR, I have this off. I do have an HDR monitor, but I think that actually causes some issues, so we're going to keep that on off. Quality, we're going to move into global quality settings. We are going to keep this on custom so we could customize each and every single one of these settings. All right, here we go. This is going to be the heavy one. So render resolution, keep this at 100. If you can't handle 100, you could bring it down and mess with the upscaling. I personally suggest keeping it on 100. Upscaling and sharpening. So if you want like the most frames ever, DLSS is going to give you frames, but the game is going to look like potato mode. The best FPS to graphical settings quality trade-off for me, I found, was this Fidelity FX CAS. So I suggest trying this out, and you could also try every single one of these out, but I don't have an AMD graphics card. I don't have an Intel one, so we're going to stick with either the NVIDIA DLSS or this Fidelity FX CAS. A lot of people have been running this. I'm going to be running this at 75 strength. I think default was 75, but if it's on a different number, try 75. All right, moving on, anti-aliasing, Filmic SMAA2X. If you don't have a powerful GPU, I suggest running just SMAA2X, but for me, I could handle Filmic SMAA2X and T2X, and it just looks better, so I suggest running that. Anti-aliasing quality, leave this on normal. Video memory scale, I think default was 80, but you could bump it up to 90. I've tried both. I didn't really see an issue. Some people said don't bump this up, leave it at default. I don't really see a difference with it, so bump it up to 90. All right, so this is where I had to mess with a lot of the detail and textures to make my game actually look good and playable versus it crashing and looking too good or looking too bad. So these are all my settings. Feel free to pause it at any time or copy and paste my settings. This is actually all the settings that I run today that I have encountered 0 crashes, no blue screen whatsoever. So we're gonna go through it. Here we go. Texture resolution low, texture filter anisotropic high, nearby level of detail high, distance level of detail high, clutter draw distance long, particle quality high, particle quality level low. We're gonna scroll down. Bullet impacts and sprays, I have this on. You could keep it off, but I haven't encountered any crashes with this on, so I just keep it on. Shader quality, keep this on low. I think this was one of the issues people were running into. Tessellation, keep it on off. Terrain memory max. On-demand texture streaming, be sure you keep this on off. I believe people who had it on also ran into some issues, and this is just current, you know, Warzone 2 status. You know, it's just buggy. It's probably the first 7 days of release. There's going to be a bunch of updates. I think I just had an update today. Streaming quality low, volumetric quality low, deferred physics quality off, water castics I keep this on off. Now moving into shadow and lighting, shadow map resolution low, screen space shadow off, spot shadow quality low, spot cache medium, particle lighting low, ambient occlusion off, screen space reflections off, static reflection quality low, weather grid volume off. I've seen people run this on low, but I personally keep it off. NVIDIA low latency, so I've messed with on off, on plus boost, and I noticed a performance boost with on or on boost rather than off. It wasn't much, but I think on was just more like a stable setting for me. You could do benchmarks and testing on each one of these. I know there's like a, not an equation, but kind of like a, if you have a bottleneck on your GPU, use this. If you have a bottleneck on your CPU, use this. For me, I just tested it out, see, same place, don't move, see how your system performs, see if you have any loss in your GPU, CPU time, see if there's any latency gain from it or loss from it, and then see your FPS. That's kind of like the best suggestion I could give you. Just test out all 3 different options. There's not going to be one right answer for everyone's different systems. Moving on, depth of field off, world motion blur off, weapon motion blur off, and film grain at 0. All right, these are just my view settings. These could be personalized. This isn't really graphical settings, but I'll share them with you. Field of view, I play at 120. ADS field of view, I play affected. Weapon field of view, default. Third person field of view, I keep it at 90. Third person is actually pretty fun. And other than that, I just kept everything else at default. If this video was helpful and useful, be sure you leave a thumbs up, be sure you subscribe. Also comment down below, it works, so other people that are having this issue could find a fix for it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.